Hi everyone, it's Ono here, and this is a video on how to create Laravel commands. These are little scripts or little programs, little functions that you can code in Laravel and then run with the console, or even automate as scheduled jobs or in any other environments. Let's get started. So I have here an empty Laravel app that we have created. There is a previous video that shows how to create a Laravel app with Composer or with Laravel, and how to run this or how to serve it with Laravel Valet or with the PHP Artisan serve command. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go and cd into this application, and I'm going to open the application with Visual Studio Code. So once we have Visual Studio, we can see the route of our application, right? So this is the app folder, and we have all of these folders, which for now, we're not going to try to understand a lot. We're just going to take a look at here that we have the routes, and this page or this folder contains API routes, channels route, the console routes, and then the web routes we might see in a separate video, right? And we're going to pay more attention today to the console file. This console PHP file inside of the routes folder of your app is going to be the one that defines all of your Laravel commands. You can see here that we already have a sample command that comes with every Laravel application that you create. And the first thing we're going to do to understand how to create our own custom commands is to run the one that comes by default. So I'm going to get my console above here, and I'm going to use the PHP Artisan tool, right? If we run here PHP Artisan, we're going to get first the version of the framework that we're running, and then we're going to get the options we can run and all the available commands. Every single command that is here is written in a similar form to what we can write, but created through different applications, not specified on the console.php page. And let's take a look. So the first thing is that you could run many of these commands, and on a previous video we run the serve method that you can see, for example, here, that is inside of the default available commands. So if we try running that one, so we can do PHP Artisan serve. This is a command that just creates or starts a development server running in localhost where you can use your application. So again, if we go to our PHP Artisan, we can see listed here above on the default commands this inspire command that says display an inspiring quote. If we take a look at this file, that's actually what these 3 lines do. So it defines a new command that is called inspire. It calls this inspiring quote function, and then the purpose or the description that shows in here is what's written in the purpose field, which is display an inspiring quote. You can see it below here. If we were to change this thing, for example, in my live, now we run this again, or we actually just grep it and do this, right? We see that now that description has changed. So what we're going to do is create our own custom command, and let's first execute this command, right? So we're going to do PHP Artisan inspire, right? So this is the sample command, and for it not to be boring, what they did is that this function prints different quotes that are inspirational quotes. And I think this is a really cool feature, right, that to have on an application as a hello world, right? Let's read the first one. Simplicity is an acquired taste. Catherine Gerald. Let's go back again into our console file. You can see there's a few things that are being loaded here. We're loading the foundation inspiring command, which we could take out because we don't really need. We're going to define now our own custom command, and we're going to retype this to create our own custom command. So we're going to do artisan command, and then we'll say it's talk, and then we'll do function. The purpose is going to be print a greeting from Nono's live stream, right? So this command doesn't do anything, and if we do PHP Artisan, we're going to see it listed now here. So there is this new talk command that we didn't have before that is here now, and that has the description that we just created, print a greeting from Nono's live stream, right? We can run the command, so we can execute here PHP Artisan talk, and nothing really happens. The command executes, but it's empty. What we can say this info, and then actually give some greeting. Hello from Nono Doma live. We just put this here. We run the command again, and now we're getting that, right? And what you could do here is anything, right? You could process anything here. You could do, for example, A equals 3 and B equals 10, and then you could say info result is, and now we just do here A plus B, right? So now we print, and now we see that result is 13, right? So that works. What we can do now, and this is the only thing we're going to do, is try to understand how to add variables to these commands, right? Can we put parameters into these commands? What we're going to do now to add a parameter to our command is call the command greet, and we're going to put a name whom we're greeting, right? So we'll just add our parameter name here. Now we're going to rename our command to greet, and we're going to add the name argument that we also have to add as a parameter on our function, and we're going now to greet a person with that command. We will run the command php artisan greet and maybe something like Sajid, and we now can put here hello, and then we do name hello Sajid, this is Nomad Life. All right, and now we're going to print that and see. So we're going to execute the php artisan greet command with this name argument to Sajid. So now this says, hello Sajid, this is Nomad Life. And we could also put some symbols like this and add a last name, Kumarjit. And this is it. So we can now say php greet and say Divias, and we could also do greet to Divias, or we could do artisan greet Sarah or artisan greet Bea. So in a nutshell, this is how you can build a really simple command. One last tweak that we can do is clone this thing and make maybe an add function or a multiply function. So for example, we could say A and B. So we'll do here A and B, and we'll return the solution. So we'll do return A plus B. And then here we'll put two numbers, right? So we'll go here, we'll see on PHP Artisan, we'll see our command listed, adds two numbers, and we'll just do PHP Artisan add, and we do 100 and 200, and then we get 300 here. So just as a quick recap, what is happening here in terms of PHP is that we're loading the Illuminate support facades artisan, right? So this is the artisan facade of the Illuminate package, which is one of the foundation packages of Laravel. So we have this artisan class, and what we're actually doing here is that we're using the artisan class, we're calling the command, right? That's actually the command method of the artisan class. And then we're passing two parameters. Parameter one is the signature of our command, and the second one is the function. And that's it. That's all we need to define a command. But it's good practice to also pass here a purpose with the description of what our method does, right? So effectively, this could be the signature of our command, or this one another. This is a function that we have here, and then this defines the purpose of the given command. If you want to know how to develop more advanced commands, you can go to laravel.com on the docs on the Artisan console section, and there's a lot of documentation here on how to develop your commands further. All right, so that was a quick view of how to create custom Laravel commands that you can execute on your computer. And in future videos, we're going to see more advanced commands that will read CSV files, write text to files, and then also read file text. I'll invite you to take a look at my other Laravel videos to learn how to create a Laravel app, how to read CSVs, how to serve your application, and many other things. Thanks a lot for watching. It was Nona here, and I'll see you next time.